Before we get into everything, I want to start by talking about planning. In the first devlog, we planned to have the beginnings of the map made, but we shifted our priorities for the map and animation for combat in Milestone 2, as we want to take a more in-depth approach to combat. In doing so, we pushed back the main map and the design of it to the second and third stage. This was a little bit expected, as we were gathering more info and learning what works and what doesn't, which is why it is broken into stages. As we do our research and test mechanics and performance to fit our scope, things will be better laid out in later stages. Now, Milestone 2 will have a follow-up video with more focus on combat and building. Then we will move on to Milestone 3. As we develop more, we are grounding our expectations better, so the projections will be much more accurate than previously declared in Devlog 1. In summary, milestones will be broken up into more realistic and mechanic-focused events that we will lay out into stages. Milestone 3 will bleed into stage 2, and that's completely fine. If a milestone takes longer or shorter, we will shift our focus appropriately. At our current rate, we can roughly project 2 milestones being completed in each stage as long as the focus is realistic. Now, that being said, I don't look at our current delay as a failure, but rather a learning moment in the development process. We've taken the feedback from this event and use it to realistically plan. In any case, now we're focusing our attention on performance for troop count and technical requirements behind this, such as AI pathfinding, animations, and combat. Since this is the single most important part of our game, we want it to be polished, performant, and playable. I'm eager to show you this devlog as the vision of the game is finally taking form. Though it may be in its early stages and subject to change in technical ways, the very core concepts are emerging. What we're attempting to show here is a mishmash of what I believe are the most engaging aspects of Bannerlord and Total War Command. So I encourage you to watch it to the end if you are a fan of either of these games. Using these props, we also started to play around with the structure of the Gallic farms, villages, and forts. As for mechanics and code, we developed a LOD system for the shadows. We've enabled LODs on the objects. We've also started the development of a very primitive building system. And here you can actually see the free cam system that we have. We also have a primitive grouping system, and it'll be pretty much exactly like Total War. I think commanding in both games excel in different areas, and we want to try to find some compromise in between both that will offer a unique experience. That concludes the second devlog for Sons of Mars. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.